Welcome to The American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's The American Dream. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American dream.
Have you ever heard the saying, Virginia is for lovers? Well, it absolutely is. And did you know that there are about 300 love signs scattered all around the state of Virginia? 2 of which happen to be in downtown Fredericksburg. I'm Ginger Walker, your host of this episode of Selling Fredericksburg. And today we're going to visit some of the Instagrammable spots all around downtown Fredericksburg. And we're also going to tour a new restaurant to hit the bar and restaurant scene called Rebellion. And I'm going to tell you, stay tuned until the end because, shh, I have a secret spot I'm going to show you that nobody knows about. So come on. Welcome to our first Instagrammable spot. Welcome to Fredericksburg. And this mural sits right on the corner of Caroline and Hanover Street. And the unique detail on this mural is it welcomes you to the University of Mary Washington, one of the local colleges right here in Fredericksburg. Let's see how many more we can find. Let's go. All right, our next stop is Rebellion Bourbon Bar and Kitchen. It's nestled between the Rappahannock River and the boyhood home of George Washington. It's centralized right in downtown Fredericksburg, and it's one of the newest bars and restaurants to hit the Fredericksburg scene. We're gonna see some history, some great bourbon, and some delicious bites. So let's go inside, and don't forget, at the very end, I'm gonna show you that secret spot. Come on, let's go. Hey everyone, okay, so welcome inside Rebellion Bourbon Bar and Kitchen, and today I'm joined by the general manager, Jeff Opper. Hey Jeff.
How's it going?
I am so excited to be here.
Well, glad to have you.
Okay, so we have to start with the uniqueness of this building. Tell us a little bit about what is going on in here, because there's a lot of historic details.
A lot of significance to where we are. I mean, we're on Restaurant Row, which used to be the main street of Fredericksburg. But this building used to be a livery. So on the front wall over here, we have these squares. That's where carriages would come in. 1836 is where the building was built. So if you notice, we don't have a ceiling over top of us right now. We actually took out one of the trusses that was there and turned that into our bar top and our actual bar back. Behind the bar, we have over 300 bottles of different spirits, mainly bourbon, scotches, and whiskeys from all across the world, from the States, from Ireland, from Japan. We also have a great beer selection, which is all craft beers and local stuff.
What are the cocktails that people order?
So the biggest one that people order right now, obviously, is Old Fashioned. Classic staple of bourbon and whiskey. Our Old Fashions and our Manhattans, we actually age inside of whiskey barrels for 2 to 3 weeks. We do it right here in house. Actually, Josh, who's behind the bar right now, is actually the guy who does all of that for us. Then we also have a drink called the Congress Hall, which is made using a bourbon cherry that we make in house as well.
I hear that you were mentioned by the Food Network, and you have a sandwich that is been mentioned there.
That's this guy right here. That is Rebel Yell. It is actually a smoked turkey sandwich where we smoke the turkey right here in house, back on a smoker, and then we top it with our famous Mornay, which is also what we put on our mac and cheese, and it's also on your Nashville tots. It's like kind of our special sauce. We have our Nashville loaded tots,
which you know are my favorite.
They're amazing.
All right, and then this is the most popular burger?
This is the Ramsay Bolton burger. It's a homemade bacon gem because everything we make is homemade. We don't buy anything except for the bread and things of that nature.
I did promise you something though. What did I promise them?
We gotta show them downstairs.
We gotta show you downstairs. All All right, so tell us where we are.
So we are in our armory. This is a pretty cool space that we have here. What's cool about our space down here is we host parties down here because we can fit up to 25 people. We also are open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays down here as well. Not everybody knows about this place, so it's kind of like that secret hidden spot that's a little bit quieter, kind of away from everything.
Thanks, Jeff.
You got it.
I'm so happy that you were able to show us all about Rebellion Bourbon Bar and Kitchen, and I had the opportunity to taste some amazing bourbons. Thanks for watching this episode of American Dream TV, Selling Fredericksburg, Virginia. I'm Ginger Walker, your host and lifestyle and real estate expert. Until next time, sending love from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Hi, and welcome back to the American Dream. I'm your host and luxury real estate expert, Lauren Gagne, with the Gagne Group at KW Metro Center. And today, I'm going to introduce you to Marco with Bella Home Design, which is a high-end custom home builder here in Vienna, Virginia. He's going to take us through one of his projects that he's currently working on and walk us through some of the attention to detail and quality processes he goes through in his construction processes. After that, we're going to meet up with one of our lender partners, Jeff Schroll at First National Bank, and he's going to let us know what we have in store for us for 2024. So come on, let's go see what $3 million gets you in Vienna. So we're standing outside 2638 Babcock Road here in Vienna, Virginia. We're about to go meet up with Marco, owner of Bella Home Design, so he can show us around this home that's almost done and give us his spin on this French architecture. Let's go check it out. Thank you so much for having us over, Marco.
You're very welcome. I'm very proud to show you one of our good designs.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Why don't you walk us through some of your favorite spaces in this house?
I would love to.
Tell us a little bit more about the quality along the way, if you don't mind.
Sure, absolutely. So my favorite place in this house is definitely the kitchen. But we create this nice entertaining area where we call the open concept. Everybody looking after that, big areas, big rooms. And here you can see we have the family room. We have a dining, family dining space where it used to be called the breakfast area.
Well, thanks so much, Marco, for allowing us to see this gorgeous property of yours today. I'm sure the new lucky owner is going to be very proud to walk through these doors every single day. I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Lauren, to let us showcase our house on your episode.
My pleasure. It's all mine. Thank you. So we're here today with Jeff Schroll at First National Bank. Thanks so much for joining us today, Jeff.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, as you know, we just met over with Marco at Bella Home Design, and we're talking about some new construction. And I'd love to hear your take on how the market compared between 2022 and 2023 in the new development arena, specifically as it pertains to lending, and what you anticipate in store for us for 2024.
Okay, well, some of the biggest things that I've seen in the 23 market versus the 22 was we've seen prices on the cost to build come down, mainly lumber and labor. Those two things have really dropped, and with the labor being more affordable and more available, we're getting quicker deliveries as well with the builders I talked to.
How much did the lumber prices drop? Like, what were they?
Well, they, from the high in COVID, and this is by board feet, it was $1,700 per 1,000 board feet. Now it's below 300. So that's a significant amount, and that's a big part of the build of the house, lumber.
So are you seeing that the costs of properties are going down for new construction?
No, the costs aren't going down. At one point lumber was going crazy. The builders were a little hesitant to even put pen to paper for the estimates. Now they're confident that they're going to be able to deliver the house at the price that they guarantee, and they're going to make their profit, which is important because we all have to make money or it's not worth doing.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jeff, and shedding some really good positive news on what's in store for us in 2024. I hope you enjoyed touring this phenomenal custom home and learned a little bit along the way about the construction process. And I also hope that you found the projections for the lending process in 2024 promising and insightful. Can't wait to see you next time on our next episode of The American Dream.
Welcome to The American Dream. We are your hosts for today's show. I'm Sanam Alhooie Jahandar.
And I'm Sadaf Alhooie with Alhooie Homes at Keller Williams Realty. We are here today at the Orthopelvic Physical Therapy right here in Sterling, Virginia. Why Orthopelvic Physical Therapy? Because they are highly skilled and trusted professionals in the area. We'll be meeting Dr. Kelly, who is the owner of the business, and she will be giving us a tour of their business and tell us what they do for their patients here.
Let's go check it out.
Hi, Dr. Kelly.
Hi, Dr. Kelly.
So nice to meet you.
So
Thank
nice
you for your time.
Hi, good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Yes.
You too.
Such a nice place.
Thank you for having us today.
Welcome.
So we would like to ask you some questions, if that's okay, about your practice.
Yeah.
So why did you start this practice and when?
Yeah, so I started this practice in 2020 when the pandemic hit. And the reason why I started it is because I personally have my own health issues, and I really wanted to create an environment that actually is conducive to people that are struggling with chronic pelvic pain, pain with intercourse, bladder leakage. And so I really wanted to create this environment that we had providers that are actually going to listen and really hear your concerns and be able to address those issues. And so that is my main reason of why I really wanted excellent patient care. And so that is why I started this practice.
Awesome.
And who do you help in this business?
Yeah, so we help men and women get rid of bladder leakage, chronic pelvic pain, tailbone pain, pregnancy, postpartum, and hip pain and low back pain. So we treat a wide variety of pelvic health issues, which means this area right here. And then also we treat any orthopedic issues. That's why I named the practice Orthopelvic, because we treat any orthopedic issue like your knee, your neck, your hip, and then we treat any pelvic health issue that's going on, which would be leakage and pain with intercourse.
And you helped me specifically because I'm now 4 months postpartum, but you helped me with my pregnancy, so thank you.
Yes, it was amazing. We were able to, Sanam was able to deliver her baby naturally and be able to show her positions that she can do during her pregnancy to have an amazing birth experience.
Yeah, well, that's all thanks to you and your practice, so thank you.
Dr. Kelly, what is a typical day here for a patient when you have them at your facility?
Yeah, great question. So come on in, let me show you.
Awesome.
So come on into our gym area right here where we have weights, we have bars, so we actually have people lift really heavy weights here. We have them jump on the trampoline. Most postpartum moms have leakage, so what we do is have you come on the trampoline and we have you jump.
Wow. That's fun. That is cool.
Dr. Kelly, these balls up here I'm very familiar with. Yes, we use those a lot during my pregnancy.
Yeah, and this is what you use to help birth your son out.
Yes.
So how amazing is that?
Yeah.
I know, definitely.
So this is our treatment room, and when patients come in, we have them sit on a table. We really listen to every concern that they have. Then what we'll do is more than likely, we will do an internal exam. So it's very gentle, just like this room, it's very calm, and we will potentially use one finger and lengthen the pelvic floor initially to assess what's going on. And then from there, we bring them out into the gym, and then we have them do movement. After we bring you out of the treatment room, then we'll bring you to the reformer and help you stretch your pelvic floor like we do right here.
Thank Thank you so much, Dr. Kelly, for your time today and for having us here. We really enjoyed seeing your facility and what you guys do here.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I can't wait to continue to help you guys out with any needs you have.
Thank you.
We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on American Dream.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, welcome to American Dream TV Selling DC. I'm your host, Tracy Williams-Barnett, and today we are in the heart of Georgetown's Design District, Caddy's Alley. What was once a neglected alley is now a stylish corridor, complete with more than 20 boutiques, showrooms, galleries, and stores. This is Washingtonian's Design District, and today we're going to look at a couple of hot spots, take a sneak peek. Let's go. Our first stop is an amazing furnishing showroom, Beau Concept. So Tim, thank you so much for inviting us into your beautiful showroom today. Tell me a little bit about the history of Beau Concept and coming to be in Caddy's Alley and how it's grown over the years.
All right, so first of all, thank you for having me. Beau Concept first as a brand, we're a Danish company. We started in 1952 manufacturing furniture for other brands, and they've opened the first store, Beau Concept, in Paris. And then in 2001, Beau Concept opens here in this location in Georgetown. We definitely have our roots into Danish design. There's very few ornaments. I mean, it's very pure. And this is what Danish design is about. It's about timeless, it's about functionality also. But we are also a brand with 320 stores all around the world.
So everything is very custom.
Absolutely. We are at the opposite of one size fits all. And we want our furniture to adapt to each client instead of the client adapting to our furniture.
So Tim, I noticed along the wall you have beautiful fabrics, including leather. So I'd love to take a look.
Let's go see it.
Okay.
So this is where we're going to customize our furniture. And we have 120 fabrics and leathers. So all our furniture can be done in any of those.
So if someone chose a particular fabric, how would you go about figuring out if it's a good match for like that sofa over there?
So what we're going to do is that we're actually going to take it on the sofa. So let me show you. We're going to show the sample on the sofa.
Oh,
like
nice.
This. Yeah. And they can also sit on it and feel it, make sure that this is the feeling that they want to have, the color that they want to have. And this sofa right now, it's a 3-seater, but it can be a 2-seater.
Okay.
It can be a sectional.
So I can create any type of sofa I'd like.
Exactly. The color that you want, the material that you want. The sofa will really adapt itself to each client.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to come into your showroom. It's absolutely beautiful. It's been such a pleasure. Thanks again, Tim.
Thank you for having me on your show.
So Alan, thank you so much for inviting us into your fabulous gallery. It's truly amazing, and I'd love to learn a little bit more. How long have you been here?
We moved here in 2007, and before we moved here, we were at 20th and Pennsylvania Avenue since 1984. And we are a gallery that represents international artist jewelers. This location is fantastic for me. People come to the alley because it's not typically Washington.
Your pieces are so unique. I notice a lot of materials such as metal and plastic and stone.
The materials are very broad range. I personally am very interested in non-precious materials. But I have to do a broad range appeal because the world of art jewelry is broad. Like some of the artists here are studio artists, like Heather Guidera, whose work is on the table. She's doing small production. Then there are people here who do less design and more art-based. So there's different approaches within this gallery. The necklace I'm wearing is by Karen Seufert. She's German, she lives in Berlin. If you look closely, you can see these are all little PVC pellets.
Wow.
They're sewn in a sheath around a form. She's doing very intricate work with plastic. But I like the term artist's jewelry.
Okay.
They're not commercial. They're not doing huge production.
They're not mainstream. You're not going to find
They're not
them
mainstream,
in a lot
yeah,
of different
yeah.
stores. These are very unique, one-of-a-kind pieces.
Yes, and they each have a vision and a viewpoint, and you see that in the work.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning about bow concept and jeweler's work here in the heart of Caddy's Alley in Georgetown. I don't know about you, but all this shopping has made me hungry. I think I'm gonna go get a bite to eat right here at this cafe. I'm your host, Tracy Williams Barnett, and you're watching The American Dream.
Hello and welcome to The American Dream. I'm Jill Kravchuk, and today we are just minutes outside of Washington, D.C. in Tracy's Landing, Maryland, at the fabulous inn at the Takaro Estate. Let's go in, let's meet the owners, and see what this is all about. Hi, Susan and Luciano. Thank you so much for having us here at the beautiful estate. I understand the original owner, E. Taylor Tuning, received the plans for this back in the 1800s, and I understand this wasn't built until the 1900s. He built it for Caroline Mosher. What I'm wondering is, how did the Takaro Estate get its name?
Since his wife is named Caroline, and his name is Taylor, and then they combined their names, Taylor and Caroline, to come up with Takaro.
Well, what made you then decide, why Maryland? Why Tracy's Landing? Why here?
I had been looking for property on the East Coast to eventually move to for 15 years. So we saw that it was about 75 acres, but a lot of it is forest. So thankfully we don't have to mow 75 acres, but it is still a lot of upkeep.
So was this always an inn?
No, this was a private home from the time it was built by Taylor Tuning.
Okay.
It was a fully working farm from 1945 until, I would say, 1980. Taylor Tuning was the head of the Racing Commission in Maryland.
Oh, wow.
Under 2 years, for about 11 years, I think.
So I understand Mr. Tuning was a prominent individual. He was also a mason by trade. Is that correct?
Well, he actually made bricks.
Okay.
He had kilns in Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
And so he was considered a very prominent industrialist at the time.
So I guess he had a lot of prominent friends, I believe?
So he was very close friends with the Kennedys. And he and John Kennedy used to spend quite a lot of time together.
Georgetown.
In Georgetown.
Do you think here?
And I think here as well, for sure. He was also friends with Eisenhower. We know that Eisenhower, before Eisenhower came out here, he sent the FBI and his Secret Service out in cars filled with machine guns and other artillery to scope it out before he would even come.
I heard somebody was by recently and you discovered something really surprising about the property.
An 80-year-old man shows up and turns out he's the grandson of Taylor Tuning. He lived here his whole childhood.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So he grew up here.
What did he reveal?
You asked him if he knew of any secret.
Oh yeah, secret passage. Where is anything? He walked right in there and said yes, right behind this bathroom.
What else haven't you found here?
There's local lore that there are tunnels, secret passageways and tunnels.
Whenever you were looking at inns, what made you decide that you wanted to turn this particular home into an inn?
Right.
And a wedding venue?
The home was perfect for an inn because it has 8 bedrooms on 3 floors. And it has 3 staircases. And it gives people a lot of privacy to be able to go up to their room and not have to share the staircase with 20 other people.
Right.
So it's very conducive to being able to do that. It's been really fun to meet people from all over the world.
So I want to thank you both for sharing your home, the inn, the estate with all of us. We so appreciate, and I can't wait to come back and see all the great things that you're doing. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. You are so welcome to come here, and I'm so glad that you did this.
With the Takaro Estate being only minutes from Washington, D.C. and Annapolis, Maryland, this is the perfect place to come for the weekend and evening, relax, discover what mysteries you might unsolve at the Takaro Estate. Thanks for joining us.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.